All right. Hello, everybody. We are here with our very first session of our Humblewood game. This really, really fun adventure published by the Deck of Many. So this is, I don't know if you guys, all the playery people, know this either, but this is my first time ever running something from a book. And I'm going to be... There's a cat butt. I'm going to be super... I'm trying to actually run the adventure that was written by someone else. So I'm going to try not to do too many things that are way off the wagon, but I might just have you guys get eaten by trolls or something. I really haven't decided. Um that's about it. That's what I got. That's my big spiel. I'm not going off on a tangent today. Um do people want to say who they are? Do we want to introduce ourselves? Shelly,
Sure. How much do you want us to introduce?
well, you started talking. Shelly's in the top left. I was gonna have her start, but you jumped at it. So why don't you go? Just, I don't know. How about we say our name, our character's name, since it sounds like everybody has one of those now, and just, I guess, your familiarity with D&D, because this is a pretty cool group. There's some very familiar people. There's people less familiar with this edition, that kind of thing.
Okay, so I'm Kayla, and I've played in a few other campaigns. My character in this campaign is Pua, and Pua is a hedge cleric. And I'm pretty excited because we're going to take some D&D knowledge into a new world. Yay! How was that? Good?
That was awesome. And
Okay.
I like those new headphones. Whoever picked them out was a real champ.
Also, I'd like to add, just as an additional Inroads Productions thing, it is our way to say bingo when we see a cat. There will be many.
Oh,
That's it.
on my side too.
Oh, plenty of bingos.
We'll do bingo for your cats and bongo for mine.
All right, Shelly, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hello, I'm Shelly. I am playing a dusk Corvum rogue. So I'm like a raven. My name is Quoth, and I'll wait a couple seconds, see if anyone gets it. And yeah, thank you.
I got it. I laughed earlier when you sent it to me.
That last night. That's so funny.
We were.
Yeah, so I have played 3 times. So this will be good. I'm excited. This is gonna be fun.
Cool. I guess we're next.
Oh, yes.
So I'm Alyssa, and I feel like I live in a D&D adjacent world. Like, everyone I know plays. Like, I think I know more than, like, I don't know, my mom probably knows. But I've never actually, like, played a game, so I'm very excited. My character is Ren, which is a raccoon, which are mawpox, which I think is hilarious. And I'm a fighter and a charlatan.
I'm Lee. The last time I played D&D was in middle school. I played one campaign about 20 years ago in 2nd edition. And I tried to play a campaign in 3rd edition as a 8th grade DM with a bunch of other 8th graders. It went very poorly. We all got very mad at each other, and we never tried again. So it is, yeah. We're gonna make it dark. This is grim dark, right? That's what that means.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing Benson, the Gallus Druid, today. Maybe tomorrow or whatever we play again. Not tomorrow. He's a bird, yes. That's what that means.
He's a bird.
All right, yeah. I have to go let Bernie out. Hold on one second.
Okay, yeah, no, go ahead. Do your thing. Yeah, if anyone is unfamiliar with the racial makeup of this, they are all original races that are just fun little woodland creatures that are murderous, dagger-wielding folk. You can just look that up right on the interweb, which if you're watching this, you have access to it. So, yeah, we have a hedge, a corvum, a mopok, and a gallus. This is cool. I like that everyone kind of... we have 4 different classes. We have 4 different races. I have to read stuff. While we're waiting for Alyssa, this actually makes me... There are boxes of text, and instead of just rambling on, which is 100% all I do when I run a game, I actually have to read a script. This is fucking wild. And then also, just to give a plug to the Deck of Many, who... I've looked at a lot of these campaigns, guys, and they are real fucking impressive. They don't sponsor us, but hey, if they want to give me $5 for giving them a shout out, that's fine. I got the whole... It looks like it might be backwards when you're looking at it, but it says Humblewood. I got the boxed set with this, and I was really looking forward to doing this in person, but of course, COVID, so I didn't. But it comes with all the maps, like the map of the area. It comes with all playing maps. It comes with little tokens for each of the characters in it. And then the thing that the Deck of Many is known for are these really cool cards that they have. So they have cards with all of with awesome original art, and then all of like the stats for whatever that is on the back, which makes my life really easy. They're like heavy duty. I don't know. They're impressive. I am a cheap man, and I am happy that I spent money on this, which I don't always say. So there's my little plug. But let's get into it. So we begin our adventure in the Humblewood in the small, sleepy town of Meadowfen. It's to the west of the forest, and pretty far out of the way. There are other small villages around, but the really large city, the center of the Humblewood, called the Alderheart, it's pretty far away, so it stays nice and quiet generally. Recently, there has been a little bit of trouble, where there's an area just to the north of Meadowfen called the Scorched Grove, which by its name you can probably imagine it's a little scorched, right? There's been some fires going on there, burning away some weird fiery creatures you've heard tell of coming from that area, some disappearing players who we'll jump right back in with once they come back. But there's like some towns between you and the Scorched Grove. There's not an immediate danger to Meadowfen. Everything is rather relaxed in this out-of-the-way little town. I'm going to make everyone roll right away. I want everyone to roll for initiative. And it's usually that means that we're in combat, but you are not starting off in combat. We're gonna roll for initiative to kind of see the order in which we're gonna introduce your characters and have them enter the narrative.
I forgot how to roll.
Perfect. So we're on roll 20. You're gonna do a forwardy slash, and then
They're gone. They're back.
So it's going to be slash roll, and then you're going to roll. So it's going to be D20, and then plus whatever your initiative is, which is on your character sheet.
Alright, hold on. Getting into roll 20. You say you just do slash roll.
And then, yeah, whatever you're going to roll then. So you'll be rolling a D20 plus, and then whatever you're adding, which probably has to do with your dex. I don't think anyone has any super cool initiative modifiers at this point.
You're going first.
Did I do it right?
Let's see. Oh, the cat's laying on my pencils. That's why I can't find them.
Oh wait, wants to say
Oh man, Caleb looks cool. Mine just looks like a number.
Kayla put her character sheet into it, which is why she gets that cool box around it. So Alyssa rolled a natural 20.
Oh, that's Lee.
Lee rolled an. Oh, okay, I see.
I think
I thought it won't let me. I think 'cause I need the app. So
Yeah, no, that's okay. So Benson,
Yeah.
it's kind of the middle of the day, and you're just walking down this kind of main, not a road so much, but there's this path in the middle of the town. What does this look like? What does Benson look like as he's just kind of meandering?
Oh, he looks kind of like a heron if we were to use a real bird. You know, a little bit of kind of the blue kind of wings on the side, and you know, he's just kind of ambling along, kind of got a lazy little stroll. He's a little hillbilly-ish if we were to kind of describe it. So just kind of taking the world kind of slowly. You know, that's kind of his deal. So just ambling along.
I keep losing people. I hope it's not anything on my end. If there's anything I can do to make you guys stop disappearing, let me know. It's fine if you do. I just feel bad if you can't. If you can't hear me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
This
it
time I
just
haven't-
all of a sudden the whole browser was like, nope, sorry.
Yeah.
That happened to us.
All right, we're working on this Discord channel, so I'm gonna blame someone else and say it's not my fault, and I'll talk to them about it. All right, as
If we have a break, I can move downstairs and see if it's the Wi-Fi.
I don't know, because Kayla's getting jumped off now too.
My fault.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right,
Sorry.
Benson, as you are kind of meandering around, you see a fairly new addition to the town here in Meadowfen. It's a corvum. They're rather quiet, kind of keep to themselves a little bit in this town. They just got there. Shelly, why don't you explain what Benson's seeing?
So both is also known as Q. That's easier. She is small. She's a little ratty and tattered looking. She's been living off the streets for a while. And she is much more at home in cities than she is in the woods. So she's a little nervous to be out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so Benson, you see this new person to the town kind of looking a bit nervous as she's looking around, just kind of almost, you're just going for a stroll, you know, you're just taking your time. But while you're just taking your time and walking around, you see this person who, you know, maybe isn't quite as comfortable in your neck of the woods over here. How would Benson react to that?
He wants to go introduce himself, see kind of what's going on. You know, notice they're nervous. Maybe see if they're doing all right. See if they need some help or some directions, maybe.
Yeah. So Benson kind of comes over, giving you a nice friendly wave as he does, and just walks right up.
So I mean, you doing all right over there?
Yeah, I mean, you can stay over there. That's cool.
All right, no worries. So I don't think I've seen you around before. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, you could say that. Definitely not of this place.
Well, we can see that. That's quite all right. That's quite all right. You need any directions? You looking for someone? I know my way around all right.
I mean, if I could just kind of shoot into the shadows, I would. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm here for a reason.
Well, I can help in any way, direct you somewhere, just let me know.
Pua, you come around the corner and kind of like walk into this. Other people are kind of like looking. Obviously, it's this strange thing of like this large bird folk over this very, very small corvum, right? And if just body language wise, it might look a little menacing, but you know, those people that know Benson certainly know there's nothing nothing aggressive in him in this case. But what do we see as Pua is walking around the corner?
So Pua is a cleric. So as a hedge cleric, he is wearing a loose monk robe that's like brown, maybe a little bit burlappy. And he has a holy symbol around his neck. And it's the symbol of Ardia, which is the Dawn Mother of Life and Light. It looks like a sun with feathers coming off of it. And it's very prominent and shiny. It's really the only nice thing of value that Pua has, being a humble hedge folk of the cloth.
Yeah. And you kind of turn around, and as you kind of see these people, and you're like, oh, that's weird. You know, I don't know this Corvum. But all of a sudden, all of your attentions turn as someone else enters kind of the middle of the town here where you are. And so there's a commotion in the village square. A wounded Strigg woman limps towards the Meadowfen elder's home, staggering and catching herself on the side of a well. She is bloodied, and her tawny feathers are singed, flecked with ash and soot.
That's certainly not good.
Yeah, and so she's over there just on the well, just kind of holding on, like obviously heading in the direction of the elder's house, but you know, holding herself up and kind of taking a second as she looks like she's like about to spill over.
I'm gonna go over to her and put my hand on her shoulder. What happened here?
I must speak to the elder. We are all in grave danger. The grove.
What kind of danger?
The grove has taken an entire town. And at this moment, a wizened Gallus, who was sitting on her front porch, rises and pulls open her door, waving for Kara to come. Kara, though, cannot carry herself anymore. Oh, this lady's name is Kara. I guess I should have told you that. This is what I get for reading scripts, y'all.
Kara is the Strigg?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at this point...
Strigg is like a deer, right?
It's an owl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an owl. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I gotta
familiarize myself with that stuff.
You need to. I'm supposed to know this stuff, aren't I?
We're learning together.
At this point, with all this commotion going on, Ren, you kind of walk upon the scene with just people's kind of like astonished gasps coming. What do we see as Ren starts to enter the village square?
Ren is, like I said, raccoon. Got a little like pep in her step. She's wearing like a really long coat full of stuff and a big bag full of stuff. Just like a lot of stuff hanging off her, making a little bit of a commotion. She's like Thompson into the middle of things.
Okay, yeah, you come upon this this thing where this situation where Pua, this hedge that you know fairly well, as you're both from this area, is standing next to this obviously bloodied and singed bird folk.
So, like, Pua, what's up? What's going on? Why is there all this blood here? This looks pretty gross. Do you need help? Does the person with all the blood need help?
She said that she was attacked in the grove.
Ooh, it's not good.
Kara, what attacked you?
Please, I must speak to the elder. Could you help me? Could you help me forward?
Of course. I assume I know where the elder's house is, so
well,
I can like.
Yeah, the elder is currently like waving Kara into their home
Oh, okay.
across the way.
Am I too small to help the owl move?
You
I can help you.
Yeah, you might need some help from some other friends.
I'm gonna look at Benson and just be like, "Does this happen often out here in the woods?"
Literally never. Never ever. I mean, sometimes.
That's a good sign.
It's never ever, except for like 4 other times. But I think I'll maybe help and see if I can assist him a little bit on the larger side. I think.
Yeah.
90%. That's okay.
Yeah, you go over and you kind of, you and Ren both kind of grab an arm and start to help Kara towards the elder's home. And she holds the door open for you. So the elder of Meadowfen is Ardwin, who is a Gallus.
Bro.
Always.
Gallus Bros.
Everyone's my bro.
And as you're all kind of walking in, helping this person, I think Quoth is kind of like, ooh, something interesting happening out here in the woods. Let me. I think I can sneak in.
I'm lagging a little behind, but also super curious about what's happening. So I'm sort of tagging along.
Yeah, definitely.
Just seeing what's going on.
So this Gallus Ardwin, as you enter, kind of like her sitting area towards the front, not quite enough chairs for the lot of you, but she remains standing as you help Kara into a chair, and she says, "It's clear you've endured much, my child." And she's kind of motioning for everyone to like gather around as like Quoth finally makes her way into the building and says, "But we must know what happened out there." And as you do, Kara just kind of takes a breath and says, "The scorched grove. It's expanding. It's expanding at a rate we haven't seen before. I was in Ash Barrow. It was entirely engulfed. The whole town taken. There are people. They ran, but the fire spread so quickly. Some didn't make it. Others others ran into the woods. I don't know what happened, but I was sent here, sent to get help." And Ardwin kind of like looks around at the lot of you, like, we haven't heard of such a thing happening. Not this far south. The Scorched Grove expanding that far. That can't be good at all. Would any of you like to try and help Kara while she is sitting there, happy to be sitting, but obviously not doing a hundo?
When she's sitting, what are our heights like in comparison? Because I know that I'm small.
Yeah. So I mean, you can kind of see her over. Kara she's a medium creature,
Okay.
But she's kind of hunched right now. She's about as close to your. She's sitting. She's kind of hunched over. She's trying to speak, but you can tell she's just like, from inhaling whatever smoke she had. Her chest is hurting. She's kind of holding it a bit as she's hunching over.
So I'm going to go over to her and I'm going to clutch my holy symbol with one hand and put my other hand on her head. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Sure. Yeah. Roll for healing on Cure Wounds.
Is it going to do a thing? I clicked it.
It didn't come.
Oh, wait. Haha. Did
Wow.
it. So that's 11
did I
points
do
of healing
that?
for Kara.
11 points of healing at level 1. That's like more hit points than most of y'all have.
Kara has?
Well, yes, that's exactly as many hit points as Kara has.
Good for her.
So suddenly, obviously, because of the trauma that she's been through, she's not like, brought up to 100%, but definitely you can see all of a sudden. What does it look like when you do your healing, Pua?
I think that my symbol would like glow slightly, like being imbued with magic. And my hand on her face would maybe make like this warm glow slightly around her as she heals, and then it would dissipate as the magic ends.
Yeah, and as she does, you see her. She kind of sits back into this pretty old, worn armchair that she's sitting in, and takes a few breaths. And you can tell as she like starts to fill her lungs, there's still a bit of a rattle there. But these are probably the clearest, most comfortable breaths she's taken in quite some time.
There, that's better.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna like bow my head and back away a little bit into the group.
I'm gonna reach out and poke the amulet a couple of times.
I'm going to be sitting off to the side with my eyes huge because I've never seen anyone do magic before.
She's a witch, or he's a witch.
Yeah. So as she sits back, takes a few breaths, and then she looks at you and she says, "There's more danger, too. The roads are full of bandits roving around. Some of those that escaped Ashbarrow, they were taken by the bandits. I saw them being rounded up. I don't know, my friends. I don't know who was taken. I don't know who couldn't get away." And as she's like being overwhelmed by emotion, Arwen kind of goes over and puts her arm around Kara and like starts to try to comfort her a bit. As Kara just starts to like break down and cry. Obviously just kind of while physically feeling better, just overcome by what's been happening.
Ardwin, is there anything that we can do?
We don't have the capabilities of fighting this fire and fighting off these bandits, protecting our people. This is most troubling. We'll need more tenders, and we'll need more militiamen. We'll have to ask help from the Alderheart. It's the only way. And Kara, my dear, I don't know that you can make the journey. And then she kind of like looks around at the four of you and says, you could do it, couldn't you? The four of you together. The four of you together could go to the Alderheart.
The best team ever. We're the best team ever. Totally, right? And you too. What? The little one? What's your name? I didn't get your name. Are we part team? Awesome.
Me?
Me or me?
Pua. Tiny bird. Tiny bird.
Oh man, I think this is what I was sent here for.
You like the city? It's where you guys are going. You can all go to the city, have a good time. I'll
Yeah.
hold down the fort here. It'd be fine.
Team Awesome to the city. Save it.
As long as we're going back to a city, I'm okay. I want out of this place. It's weird, and people are just like dying randomly in places.
You coming, Benson?
You got a pretty good team here, I think, right?
Team Awesome. Pooh, are you coming?
I think that I probably should.
Yeah.
I think it may take the four of you together. If there are bandits on the road, a larger group will have safety in numbers.
All right.
Benson,
That sounds like a fair assessment to me.
I know you do a lot to tend to the forest around here. But if
All right.
if it's all lost to the scorched grove, I
Can't
would
argue with. Yes.
hate to see that happen. Well, perhaps then it is up to you. Of course, time is of the essence. You could leave immediately if you think you're ready, or perhaps you would want to stop and get supplies. Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of stuff. Do you need your stuff? I have a lot of stuff. Maybe you need more stuff? I don't need more stuff.
I recently purchased the material components that I need for most of my spells, so I think I'm pretty fully stocked. Bingo.
We gotta start doing
I
bingo
got literally
points.
everything I own on my person, so I'm pretty set.
Got my bag. I guess I'm ready too then.
Oh my gosh, this is a little bit meta, I apologize, but it is so refreshing to not be with shoppers. Because our normal D&D crew, we're kind of shoppers.
Shoppers?
Oh no, shoppers, like, buy my stuff.
Like a whole session is shopping.
We've spent hours shopping.
That's what it's all about. It's all about the stuff.
The stuff.
As you're saying this, Kara kind of looks up to you, just tears streaking down her face as she says, "Thank you. Go get help. Once I'm feeling better, I can help inform the local militia. We'll protect this place as best we can, but hurry."
We will.
All right, don't worry. Team Awesome's on it. Going.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my satchel from the church before I go.
All right.
Boy, get your satchel.
Ooh, it has incense in it. How wonderful.
Ooh.
Light it up.
All right. So you guys you go around town, those people who live here to collect your things. I think Q is quite excited to get gone and here's her excuse to not get killed by bandits while on the road too. It's a pretty win-win situation. Ren is chomping at the bit to go on this new adventure. Benson's a little more hesitant, but willing to go. All right. So anything else you'd like to do before you head off?
I would like to officially dub this group
No.
Team Awesome.
We need a secret handshake. Secret handshake. Or a cheer. I guess let's think about everyone think about a cheer in their head while we walk, and then we'll reconvene soon. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
You're weird.
I like this.
All right. If one of you, as you're going out, would like Are there any questions you want to ask me about what's happening that your characters might want to know? I'm doing a good amount of prompting here to like. You don't have to, but if there's, I think this purposely throws a lot of things at you early, a lot of information that you might have questions about, that kind of thing.
How far is it from where we are to get to Ashbarrow?
Oh, okay. Ashburn, that's not where you're heading though, right? But you're trying to wonder like what the distance is between those things.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
are we like a week's travel or a day's travel or?
Yeah, roll a check for me. That'd probably be.
You gotta tell me.
I'm trying to think. Survival. I would say survival because Ashbarrow, it's close enough to you that you guys have that you particularly you've probably been there before. You've probably made the trip. All right.
So I got a 14.
Beautiful. Yeah. So it's if you're really moving quick, it's no more than a day's travel to Ashbarrow. If you're taking your time, you might want to like sleep in the middle of the night before, but definitely it seems like Kara definitely moved quite a distance to get here to Meadowfen, but probably just took off right as this was happening and went straight there.
Okay.
So you're guessing then that this kind of devastation of Ashbarrow probably happened sometime the previous night.
Okay.
Camp and trip.
And then, how far to the city then? Is that a bit farther?
Yeah. I want you to roll a history check for that. I think that's, I'm not sure if you've been to the Older Heart, but, this is your best estimation from kind of what you know about.
Is that another D20?
Yep, that's going to be a D20 plus whatever your history is, which is going to be intelligence. And I'm not sure if you're proficient, it'll be intelligence plus another 2. Wow. All right.
Dirty 20.
Beautiful.
Another.
Using up all my luck right away.
Yep, perfect. Nothing bad is going to happen, so you definitely want to use those rolls early, and then all good things happen. It's a little bit to get to the Older Heart. You know that the closest town in that direction to where you are, the one that you will hit first, is called the Winnowing Reach. But the Winnowing Reach is actually at the outskirts of like the dense, thick forest, at the center of which lies the Older Heart. Right. So where you are, you're kind of out a little bit from the real thick, dense forest part of things. You're kind of in the sticks a little bit. You haven't even made it to the suburbs yet. So it'll take you. This is what I get for not anticipating these questions and not creating the world myself. It'll take you a little bit, and I can come across a better answer for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Are we talking like weeks?
I don't. No.
Okay.
No, and especially if you're taking the road, it's fairly quick. This cat is trying to eat the map, so I'm really not going to know the layout of the Humblewood.
Inside the home.
It's in the cat.
But you're talking days of travel.
Okay.
At this point, and with kind of the urgency of what's happening, you can see why they, days there, days to get back if you can get them to send troops right away, that kind of thing. It adds a lot of time to the mix. You can't eat the map. All right.
What's this like?
It's too much. Anything else before you guys head out? Do your thing. I want you to be as prepared as you want to be.
Do we know what the weather's like? We got some nasty weather for us.
Yeah, what time of year is it?
What time of year? It is summer, and it's hot.
At least
Great.
Yeah. And you're, it'll probably be pretty hot going the whole way, but at least once you get into that dense forest, you'll have much more canopy cover than where you currently are. So you might be going toward, and certainly the Alderheart, the largest tree known in all of existence, as far as you all know, will give you plenty of shade once you arrive there.
like shade.
Well, hopefully
awesome.
not shade like the bad kind, like it doesn't like you.
Shady tree.
Just as a side note, Quoth, I think you're probably from the Alderheart.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Yeah.
It was either that or maybe like the second biggest area. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm very glad to be going back then.
Cool. All right. So we're heading out.
Quoth, you want to lead the way since you're from there?
No. I will point you in the right direction, but I am not going first.
I elect Benson.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's big. He seems like he could handle himself. Or the magic one. That seems pretty cool.
I got it.
He's so tall. He sees all the things. Look out for danger. Keep safe. Watchful eye.
So here's something I'm going to ask pretty often. What's your marching order? So what order are you walking in? So Benson is in the front.
I feel like Benson's the only person I've talked to, so I might stick behind him and like in his shadow.
Okay, Benson. Then we got Q.
I don't know if I want to be in back because I think I might be the smallest creature and I don't want to get left behind.
Okay, so you're kind of you're following behind Q, and Ren is marching and probably whistling while she goes way in the back, just totally ready for this. All right, because you are leading the way, Benson, I want you to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
How perceptive are your bird eyes?
All right.
My bird eyes see.
Roll D20 thing.
D20 plus whatever your perception is.
How do I know what my perception is?
It's one of the skills.
Gotcha. I just know that I had it. I don't know what the number is. I don't think we went over that.
Okay. Did you pick which ones you are proficient in? Did you darken in a circle next to it or something?
Yep.
Are you proficient in that?
Yes.
Okay, so perception is wisdom, and then you're going to add an additional 2 because you're proficient.
So plus 7.
Yeah, 20 plus wisdom plus 2.
Okay.
Right.
Actually, it should be 13. Sorry, I forgot to add the 2. Oh, no, I did. I lied. Yeah. You did it. Sorry. Okay. So, 11.
All right. Yeah, plus 7. That's not a bad... That's not a bad perception roll, especially at level 1. That's kind of crazy. All right, so you guys are walking for the better part of an hour or so. You've left the crowd of humble folk and bird folk that are watching you as you're leaving. They were trying to be prying eyes while you were talking inside the elder's hut, but they couldn't quite know. And all of a sudden, you're going out. Chests puffed up, looking rather, feeling rather self-important as you're going, and seeming that way to them. And they all have a little bit of jelly smeared on them as you guys are leaving this little town in the direction of the Alderheart. Ooh, I have another box to read. I hope I don't say someone's name that I haven't introduced yet. Well, Benson, you notice something up ahead, all right? Up ahead, as you're going, you see 3 hooded figures gesturing violently at a crumpled body on the ground, while a 4th is leaning against a nearby tree. A small handcart stacked high with bags and boxes of various sizes stand nearby. One of the hooded figures goes to the cart and unceremoniously sifts through the packages, leaving fallen bundles strewn on the road. As you all approach, the 3 strangers who are gesturing at the body, you can see the pointed faces of Mophawks under the hood. 2 males and 1 female Mophawk, each wearing worn leather armor and a short sword on their belt. The 4th, an intimidating-looking Vulpin female, so very fox-like, right? Is lightly armored and wears an ornate sword on her hip. She seems to be hanging back, letting her subordinates do all the work. You hear a whimpered, "Help me," from the creature laying on the road, but you can't make out their features. The Mophawk female, still standing near the fallen body, puts her hands on her hips and says to the party, "All right, folks. Nothing to see here. Move along if you know what's good for you."
Yeet. So the person on the ground, they're pretty beat up then.
You can't really see. They're in a hood. They're kind of crumpled, but definitely they're like crumpled, curled up with these people like gesticulating wildly at them. Probably were yelling something at them until you guys walked up. And this Mophawk female, with that other Vulpin just hanging back behind the tree, she's like presented herself to all of you, arms akimbo.
These are the bandits they were talking about.
I'm gonna scamper up to the front of the line and jump on Benson's back and like be up on his shoulders. I'm higher than the other Mophawks, and I'm gonna hiss at him. And I'll be like, "Shh! What do you mean? There's nothing to see here? You got someone on the ground stealing someone's stuff? I think there's a lot to see here."
You don't know what's happening.
It seems pretty clear. Pretty clear.
What are you guys anyway?
Team Awesome.
I don't think you care about what's happening. You should all keep going. Move on the road.
You have to get.
I'm sorry, ma'am. What?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but when I see an individual in trouble, I have to stop and ask what is happening.
Well, we certainly don't want any trouble.
Oh no, I don't want trouble.
I think we could probably just walk away from this whole situation.
Are you going to leave this person's stuff behind, or are you going to take it?
Well,
Because that seems rather unkind.
I think we could probably leave it. Who would want to carry all this junk anyway? But for our efforts, we would need... And she kind of like looks back at the others and says, 10 gold each.
I'm sorry, madam. I think you can see that I am a man of the cloth and have taken a vow of poverty. I don't have 10 gold.
I've never taken any such vow. What about the rest of you? Maybe they can kick in some of your share.
Like, I'm thinking, why don't we like thumb wrestle or I don't know, flip a coin to see who gets to like walk out of here? Because I don't have that much gold on me. I have a lot of stuff, but it's all my stuff that I need.
Okay, why don't I have Ren Can
Hashtag
you,
order.
Ren? Can you roll a persuasion check?
Oh, I'm
And
very.
because Pooh is helping you, you can roll at advantage. What that means is you're gonna roll twice, and you can take the better roll.
All right, so I'm gonna roll a 20.
Plus persuasion, which is your charisma, and then check to see if you.
One.
What is it? A -1. This is good. I love low rolls. And then you're all. Are you trained in it? You're not proficient, are you? You would have filled in. Okay, so it's gonna be. So you're gonna roll 2 d20s, and you're gonna subtract 1 from each of them. So nice. The first is an 8. That's much better. The second's a 13 minus 1 is 12. Oh, this is an opposed roll. So I have to roll an opposed roll to see if this happens.
Okay, let's see.
What are they? Oh, this is them. So what's their charisma? So I'm trying to beat the 12.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
14.
Same base roll.
The Mapok looks at all of you and says, well, I think you have a little bit more on you than you're willing to let on. Maybe we can be talked down to... She's kind of like looking at the others, gives a shrug. 5 gold apiece, but you'll have to kick in some other stuff.
So at this point, I'm going to puff up my chest and I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And as I cast this, my voice gets very loud and the ground shakes slightly. And I'm going to say, you will leave here now. Go.
Roll an intimidation check. And I almost want to make you do it at disadvantage because you're teeny tiny. But you have a party with you, so...
That's a 17.
Okay.
Badass.
All right, so... They kind of step back a little. And you see the Mapok's hand go to their sword at that point. And they look at you and said, listen, I'm not going to take this from you. You can pay us, you can leave, or we can spill some blood.
Let's spill blood!
Damn.
All right, everyone roll initiative.
I can imagine this tiny raccoon being like, but this! Come at me!
Like, smiling and clapping, saying, let's spill blood. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So what do we do?
Bad initiative.
Everyone's going to roll initiative, which was the same as the first roll we did.
Oh, I hope I'm not first. Oh.
And I'm going to roll
Well,
as
I'm definitely not first. So
Wait, which modifier is that?
What?
You should have a separate place for your initiative, but it's probably just your dex modifier.
Oh, no.
wait.
I don't know what mine is.
Why is my dex so high as a rogue?
All right, I'm gonna start writing down these numbers. So the highest one we got was a 21, right? And 21 is
Yeah.
Q. After Q, we have a 17 for Pua.
No, I rolled a 3.
Where was I looking?
I don't know.
Oh, I was looking at your intimidation. That's right. Your intimidation was good.
Alyssa and Leo are rolling right now, so.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm a 22.
Natural 20.
This is gonna go down.
Whose is that? That's
That's Lee.
okay.
That's
right,
Benson.
So 22, 21, And then we have... What did I get? I got a 9 and a 3. Man, I'm not... I saved all my bad rolls for battle. All right, so next would be 10 for Ren. A 9 are the Mawpox. And then I got a...
Who's going last, me or the Vulpix?
What? Vulpin. Vulpix is a
No.
Pokemon. What is your modifier? What is your dexterity
Initiate?
modifier?
2.
Oh, it's the same as theirs. We'll let you go first. That sounds, I think, fair. And Pua. All right, Benson. At this, the Mawpox all like simultaneously pull their swords to look at you. That Vulpin is still just leaning against the tree, arms folded, just kind of watching everything and hanging back. What do you do?
So I want to cast a spell
Sure.
on my cantrip. Produce flame.
Kidding?
I just want to just.
Sorry.
So you're casting Produce Flame?
Yes.
Okay. And that is... So that's not an attack spell, right? You're just...
You can throw it at people, yeah.
Oh, all right. You're going to throw it?
Yeah, it immediately gets rid of it, but you can just huck it at them.
All right. I think that's a... I think for that, then, you're rolling an attack roll, a spell attack roll.
Okay. So... is that another 20? Is that off my wisdom then?
It is a 20.
How far away they are?
They are close enough for you to throw it at them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they're not terribly far, because you were just standing there having this conversation. So they might be like 15 feet away from you or so. And your spell attack modifier, what you're adding to that d20, is... I gotta remember. Maybe chat knows better than me. I believe it's 8 plus something else. And I'm Googling it. Spell attack modifier.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know that.
Spell attack.
Mine's a plus. My attack modifier,
So
I use wisdom as my...
It's your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So it's 2 plus... What's your spellcasting modifier? 5. So you're going to do a plus 7 to your d20 roll. Sorry, I was thinking spell AC, which is similar.
Oh, yes, thank you.
And are you throwing it at the Mawpox female, the one who's stunting?
Everyone, yeah, the one that's been talking shit.
Yeah, she deserves it.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. An 18 will definitely hit. As you do, and you just throw this fire at her, she is caught totally unaware, not expecting that, as she tries to jump back, but it explodes across her chest. Roll for damage.
That says it's a D8, right?
Yeah, is it a cantrip?
Yes.
Then I think it's probably just a straight D8. I don't think you add anything to it.
On a hit, the target takes 1d8 fire damage.
Perfect. Roll a D8. First damage roll of the campaign. And boy, are we setting it up. Yep. Okay.
All right.
It kind of like starts to burn a little, and you see the Mappa kind of patting it out really quickly as it's going away. It doesn't seem to have done a whole lot of damage, but you freaked her out a good amount by literally throwing fire at her. Anything else you want to do on your turn? That's your action.
Just kind of like huck it and then just run maybe behind Rin.
Yeah, 100%. So you do that, and then you kind of move behind Ren, who's like all ready for this fight, like ready to kill a Mawpox. All right, yeah, definitely. After Benson, we have Q. You are up, you murderous little thing.
Oh, do I need to like ready weapons at all? Like pull out a dagger? No.
Nope.
Okay. And you said we're like 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay. I will probably, because I don't like being outnumbered and only one person has attacked so far, I have a short bow. I'll shoot an arrow at the same Mopok that Edson attacked.
Yeah, definitely. Roll to attack. So after this, fire gets thrown, and Benson kind of ambles behind your other companion, like, nope, you can take it from here. You kind of get down to the ground, pull your bow out, aim, and let loose.
Okay, and that is a D20.
D20
Right.
plus Dex plus 2. Because you are proficient in a short bow. And it's a ranged weapon, so you're going to use your dexterity. Nice.
21.
So that's a 21 to hit. Yeah, 21 is super going to hit. Roll for damage on that.
But it's only a 1d6.
1d6
Get ready, guys.
plus your dex modifier. So you are going to
Okay.
add the 4 for your dex to that as well.
Hey!
Okay.
Hey.
As this Mopok is like patting the fire off her chest, kind of freaked out, holding her sword out to the side, all of a sudden, whoosh, her hand is stuck to her chest as the arrow pierces straight through. She looks down, looks back up, and just falls over dead. All right.
That is. And I high five Q.
And then I'm also going to go and run and hide behind Ren.
Sure. Absolutely. Does that end your turn, Q?
Yes.
Ren, you are up. You guys smashed that initiative order. What would you like to do? There's still the
All right,
other.
so there's
There's
four
still.
Moppoks and a Vulpin.
So there's 2 other Moppoks. The 2 male Moppoks that were hanging back, and they're there, and then that Vulpin's still kind of like standing back against the tree.
Right. Can I take out my whip and my short sword?
Yeah.
Holding my 2 hands.
Yes. 2-weapon fighter, definitely.
And I'm gonna be like, "There's 2 of you, and I've got 2 hands." So it's bad news, you guys.
Definitely. Are you gonna go up to one and attack?
I'm gonna use my whip and my sword, and I'm gonna gesture for them to come to me. I'll be like, "Come at me, bros."
All right. So you are what you're doing there, you're holding your action for when somebody comes into your range, and then you can use an attack when they get into your range.
Cool.
Awesome. With that, it is the Moppok's turn next. One of them runs directly at you. He ain't having this. They just watched. He watched his. That was actually his sister that was just murdered in front of his eyes, and he's very emotionally scarred at this point. So he's gonna run right at you, short sword raised, and you can take your attack with whatever weapon you want as he comes into range for you.
Okay, I want to stab him with my short sword.
Absolutely, yeah. Roll to attack.
All right, is that D20?
D20 plus strength plus 2.
20.
And for everybody here, especially those chat people listening, the plus 2 is for the proficiency bonus. They're level 1, only plus 2. So that's only a 9 to hit. Oh no, that was a 9 damage from the last roll.
13.
13 is just going to miss. At that, you go to stab at them, and they kind of dance out of the way, ready for you now. Use their sword to knock yours to the side, and then they are going to take an attack at you. Oh, wait, no, I lied. That hits. I looked at the wrong card, guys. Yeah, a 13 is gonna
You're not
hit.
used to this many props.
So he goes to hit. Yeah, too many props. He goes to hit your sword away, but you're just like too strong, and you just push right through it into his gut. Roll for damage.
What's the damage?
Damage for a short sword, I believe, is 1d6, and then you're gonna add your strength modifier. Some make
Yeah, 3.
Oh, yeah.
3
The flesh-
damage. Yeah, well, you do. You catch him and push through the armor, and when he dances to the side, you see a trail of blood, kind of shoot out, and he starts holding his side as he then goes in to make his attack on you. And what is his attack modifier for a short sword? There it is. That is a 14 to hit you. What is your AC?
AC.
Sorry, it's your turn. It's 15.
15.
Okay, so 14 is just going to miss. At that, it actually nicks you, but just catches the armor as you're able to dance away before it does any damage at all.
Suck it, Mawpock.
All right, with that, the other Mawpock is going to go, though. Seeing that his friend didn't quite get off the attack he should have, he's going to take a more balanced approach. He pulls out his short bow, levels it at you, and takes fire. That's a 16 to hit. And if your AC, if your AC is 15, then 16 is definitely going to hit.
Oh.
So you are going to take. Ooh, that's a 5 on a d6. 6 points of piercing damage. How are you looking?
Do I subtract that from my hit point?
Yes. So
How many did you say?
you're going to take 6 damage. What's your total hit points?
13.
13. All right, so you're not quite in D&D when half of your hit points is gone, you're looking rough. So or bloodied. So you're not quite looking rough yet, but it's still not a good thing as this thing just catches you right across the arm, and it's slowing you down just that little bit while you're fighting. And it didn't feel good. With that, seeing one of their companions down, the Vulpin is going to come into battle.
Aren't I next?
Oh, that's right. You go before the Vulpin. So as the
You
Vulpin,
told me I got to go first.
I did say that. You're totally correct. So as the Vulpin is like pushing itself off of the tree, getting ready to enter the fray, what will you do, Pua?
So I'm going to take out my short bow, and I'm going to like puff my chest up a little bit so that my quills pop up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pull one out, and I'm going to cock the quill in my bow, and I'm going to shoot it at the Vulpin.
Go for it. Roll to attack.
Ooh.
Nope. Nope. The hell do I click in this thing? Why isn't it rolling something? I'm so confused. Oh, there it is. That's a 13.
13 is just gonna miss.
No!
Like I said the
That
last
was so
time, I was looking at
cool!
the wrong card. Yeah, so as you do, this quill shoots out, but this Vulpin, quicker than you expected, turns out of the way as the quill bing sticks into the tree right where the Vulpin was. As it kind of bends down, looks towards you, and starts its approach. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope.
Okay.
That'll do.
Perfect.
I'm gonna look at Pua and say, maybe you should stick to spells.
I don't have an unlimited supply of those.
This Vulpin female kind of smiles at you, this sinister sneer. Not an easy thing to say, y'all. As she says, "You have to learn how to shoot," and pulls her own bow and an arrow. Here's something I like to do. Q, roll a d4 for me.
Can I shoot it out of the air?
Nope. But you can decide who she's going to shoot.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. 1. Ooh, that means she's going after you there, Q. So
Oh.
first shot, she takes and levels at Q. D20 plus. She get. That is an 18 to hit.
Yep.
As
Had
she
so few
levels,
hit points.
and kind of moves the bow around, and then finally like holds it at Q and shoots. You take 4 points of damage as you duck, but this thing just reaches you and clips you on the neck as you're kind of there, standing there holding it in. Like, how bad was it? That's not too bad. Oh, there's blood though. That's my blood.
It's a good thing my feathers are black. No one can see me, right?
Yeah. Benson, why don't you roll another d4 for me, because the Vulpin gets a second attack. A 4. So that is going to be Ren.
I'm so half dead right now.
Yeah. Hey, that's the rolls
What do I
don't.
do?
You
Not
get
gonna hit.
attacked, but it's only a 9, and with your 15 AC, that is not going to be nearly enough to hit. You are a fighter. You are in your element. You're in the zone, and at that you see it coming. You see your friend get hit, and as this arrow's coming, you duck out of the way, and just eyes narrowing, ready to kick some ass. As we're back to the top of the round, Benson.
Right. Since Ren over here is pretty hurt, I'd like to cast Healing Word and try to heal her a little bit here.
Thanks, friends.
Sure. What do you say? What is your healing word that you use?
Oh,
Baba Ganoush!
just feel better, buddy.
I just feel better, buddy.
It's very informal.
Well hyphenated.
It's a very good thing. Just feel better, please.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, roll for healing.
All right. The same as last time, right? Yeah, well,
No, so that's going to be whatever, because it just happens. You don't have to roll to see if it works. Healing spell is just going to work, because we're
Gotcha.
assuming whoever you're healing is okay with getting healed.
okay.
Feel me.
No. Non-consensual healing.
Right. I am sure there are several internet threads about that.
Gotcha. I think a D4 plus my spell casting modifier.
Okay.
So,
And you have a pretty bomb spellcasting modifier.
do. I'm not good at much, but
Does that mean I get 6 points back?
Yep, you gain 6 hit points.
I'm back to full speed, my friends. It is on.
It is on. Benson, anything else you want to do as you heal Ren back to full health?
if you kind of just describe me kind of what we're looking at, like, so there's the Mopok that we just killed that's on the ground. Yeah. There's the one with the bow and the Vulcan with the bow, but then there's a third one, right?
Yeah, so there. Yep, so there is a Vulpin with a short sword, and he is currently engaged with Ren as they're like fighting it out. There's another one with a bow, and then the Vulpin also has her bow out as she shot a couple arrows.
Gotcha.
What's that person that we're saving doing?
Curled up on the ground, and because you can see they're kind of squirming around, you can tell they're probably hurt, based on the fact that they haven't. If on your turn you want to take and use your action to investigate instead of attack, you could do that.
Is there any kind of cover that I can try to kind of scurry behind to get me out of range, like a tree or anything?
Oh,
so I'm not going to get an arrow.
Yeah, there are definitely trees. The trees aren't huge here, right? So you might not be under total cover, but you'll have partial cover, and mechanically what that does is gives you a boost to your AC.
Okay, then yeah, I'd like to kind of get out of the way a little bit, get behind something so I don't catch an arrow in the neck.
Yeah, definitely. If someone shoots an arrow at you, remind me that you're behind a tree, because that will affect the roll. All right, cool. At that cue, you are up again.
So there's one engaged with Ren, you said, correct?
There is, yes.
Okay, so could I do a roguey sneak attack?
You can attack, and if you hit, you can definitely do sneak attack damage, yeah.
Okay.
Because You have sneak. Yep, you have sneak attack at level 1 as a rogue. That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think
Okay.
so.
I
Yeah.
don't have uncanny dodge, but I have sneak attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So you go around, and as I'm sorry, you're trying to talk. I don't want to talk over you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was like, as Ren is like fighting, I think Q kind of like sneaks up behind and goes in with her.
If I have 2 daggers, is that 1d4 for both of them?
Can you attack on a bonus action? I'm not sure if you get.
No,
Yeah, so you don't
not
get.
yet.
You don't get 2 attacks yet. You can
So
only
just one.
just one
Okay.
dagger. Yeah, as you come in and
Okay,
try to.
so I will pull out my short sword instead.
Okay.
And I will attack with that.
All right. Yeah. Roll to
So-
attack.
And that is also a finesse, so dex and cross. So
Pua, can you put your microphone just a little further away from your mouth? Yep, I do. The
Sorry.
same thing that it's okay. The same thing that was happening before. See, you can move yours around. I'm not cool like that. Mine's static.
I bent down and it like bent it towards my mouth.
17 is definitely going to hit. Yeah. So with this, because you're a rogue, you can roll for damage and you can roll for sneak attack damage on top of that.
okay. Should I do it as roll 2d6 or
Uh,
1
It all adds up to be the same thing. I don't know exactly what your rolls should be, but I can sneak attack. Yep. So your sneak attack is 1d6, and you're using a short sword, right? So that's also 1d6. So if you
that was the short sword has the +4 for the modifier, right?
Yeah,
Because
so
it's
total damage is going to be 2d6 plus 4, and if you roll that
Got it.
however you want.
Okay. Roll 1. So 12.
12 damage total. At that, yeah. So as Ren is like engaged, fighting, going back and forth, you come right around Ren, unseen until your sword flashes out, shining in the light, and stabs right below the Mophawk's arm, pulls out, and then this stream of blood goes as this Mophawk again wavers and falls.
Gross.
Welcome, guys.
Yes. You.
And is that cart? Is anyone near the cart? Can I go kind of like hide next to it?
No, they're standing a little bit further away. The only person near the car is the dead Mophawk that was shot already. So yeah, you kind of go over and duck behind the cart. You guys are now a little bit more spread out, which fighting only 2 enemies, they're like having to look all these different ways for you. All right.
Cool.
With that, Ren, you are up.
All right, so you did me a solid and killed the Mophawk that I was sword fighting. Can I whip the other one in the face?
Yeah, so you take just 1 step forward, but from 10 feet away, you take your whip and you whoosh, crack it at them. Yeah, go for it. Roll to attack.
All right, what do I do for that?
Same thing. It's a melee weapon, so d20 plus strength plus 2.
20 plus. Supposed to be doing my modifier. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So a 14 to hit the Mophawk will definitely hit. Yeah. So as you do, and I'm gonna say you're trying to hit it in the face. You hit it right in the face as the whoosh, the crack of the whip goes right across its cheek. Roll for damage.
All right, what's the damage?
Ooh, with a whip is a D4.
That sounds right.
I'm not 100% on that.
A whip is a 1d4 slashing, finesse, and reach.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so D4, so 3, but that's going to be plus your... is your dex or strength modifier higher, Alyssa?
Dex is higher. It's a +4.
So because it's a finesse weapon, you can add either. So you can add the 4 from your dex. So 4 plus 3, you do 7 damage to this Mopok. Because math is fun. All right. So with that, yeah, and you leave this streak of blood coming down its face. As he's starting to look worried, right? His other 2 companions, and he kind of looks back at the Vulpin for some sign of what he should do. After Ren, that ends your turn, right? Okay. As the Mopok looks back at the Vulpin gives a grave nod. And this Mopok, steeling himself to bravery, rushes in and tries to attack you one last time. That is going to be +3. That's going to be just a 10 to hit. So as he does, after cracking him with the whip, you use your sword to just bat his sword away. He has no hope of getting you. With that, Pua is up next.
So I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at the Vulpin.
Sure. Right at the bullpen. Okay, so that's an attack roll, right? Not a save?
I just tried to do it. Did it do it?
There it goes. A 15 to hit is going to hit. Explain what your Guiding Bolt looks like. You're pulling out all the spells for this battle.
Yes. So it's going to look like a shining bolt of light. Kind of sparkly and glimmery. And it's going to hit her, and it's going to leave a slight aura around her as well. So in addition to the damage that I do, the next person who attacks her will have advantage on that attack.
Awesome.
So I'm going to do my damage, and then whoever attacks her next gets advantage on the roll.
Yeah, really interesting.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm using the fancy roller. Ooh,
Fancy
I don't have a +40. This isn't disintegrate. So that's 15 damage.
That does 4d6 damage.
It does 4d6 plus 1d6 per spell slot. Yep.
Whoa!
Or per spell level.
That's a big boy spell. All right.
It is indeed. I have a couple big boy spells.
Wow. Okay, with that, trying to get another shot in with the bow, this Vulpin is knocked off balance as this big burst of light whoosh, explodes, still glowing from that burst of light as she sneers at the lot of you. Is that gonna?
The way I imagine the shimmer to be is like the really bad special effects in Twilight when the vampires glittered slightly.
It's so sparkly.
She's so sparkly. That's it.
Yeah.
Now my turn's over. Now that I've added that flavor.
This chick is mad sparkly, yo.
It's
All right.
now.
With that, it is the Vulpin's turn. Seeing 2 of the companions fallen, one trying to fight you but seeming ineffectual at it, this Vulpin is going to turn tail and ski-daddle y'all. She runs her full speed and is going to use her action to dash and move her full speed again, as with her fox-like speed, moving in between the trees, still glowing as you're watching her disappear. She is able to move 60. She was already set a ways back, and she's able to move 60 feet away from you, into the woods. That's going to be her turn. Benson, you are back to the top. I will say, with the Vulpin retreating, the Mopok looks crestfallen, and may be able to be persuaded to not die today. Totally up to y'all, though. This is D&D.
I'll kind of out of the trees a little bit. I definitely wasn't hiding. It was just a tactical decision. You're clearly not going to win this one. Let's just stop this here. No, you don't have to get hurt any further. Your friends run off. Let's not do this anymore.
All right, I want you to roll I'm going to give you a choice of persuasion or intimidation. Because while I think you're persuading in your voice, the situation is very intimidating, and whichever one you choose, you can also roll at advantage because, come on, this dude gonna die.
You're a persuasive guy, Benson.
Try. Just the +2, right?
What was it?
So this is, I don't have that as like a little checked off thingy, right?
Okay, so
I
then
don't,
it's gonna be plus your charisma.
just 2.
Okay. And you can roll twice and take the better roll. So first one is an 11. Second one is, so that's an 11. Ooh, and I rolled a natural 20 on that. This Mopok looks at you and he spits in your general direction.
Oh,
I don't like that.
you're
Alright.
doing your job.
That is your action, Benson. Anything else you would like to do?
Just kind of step back a little bit again. I want out of his way.
All right.
Make sure that Rin is front and center.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Q, you are up.
Okay. The Vulpin is still running away, right?
Yeah. The Vulpin is booking it.
Is Pua's advantage still in effect there?
Yes.
So can I sneak attack with a short bow?
You can. What's the range on a short bow?
80 and 320.
320.
Yeah, so you can roll at advantage. It's still within that first range, so you just get straight up advantage on that, definitely. It would not be sneak attack, though. It doesn't have any of the fancy things to make it a sneak attack, but you can roll an attack at advantage.
Okay. So the advantage from Pua was for attack or damage?
For attack, which means, so if you're rolling to attack, you can... Oh, do you get to roll sneak attack if you get advantage for any reason?
If you have advantage on an attack roll with a finesse or ranged weapon, you can do an extra 1d6.
All right, yeah, no, 100%. I am wrong then.
Nice.
Thank you for correcting me. So yeah, you have to hit first. So roll to attack at advantage. And
so,
then
yeah,
if you
roll
hit,
twice.
you'll do that rogue thing where you do piles and piles of damage.
1 plus 2. Okay, so that's 1.
So a 14, which the 14's gonna hit anyway, but roll again to see if you get that natural 20. Whoa! So
you jinxed it, Matt. Yeah.
Okay. Nat 20, y'all. First Nat 20 of the
Fucking
campaign.
awesome.
This is rather an epic moment to do it too.
Yep. Fucking
okay,
awesome.
so you're gonna roll damage. So total it's gonna be 2d6, and you're gonna double the dice. So 2d6 plus whatever your dex is.
Okay. Ew.
Okay, so we're gonna double those. So double, that's gonna be 6 points plus 4. That's gonna be 10 points total. Explain what this looks like a little bit.
So I'm gonna kind of come up and just very carefully, all cool, like sideways, level my arrow and just let it fly, and it's gonna. you can see the archer's paradox where it kind of wiggles a little bit, but then just.
Yeah, and it does, and I think it sticks directly into the ass of this Vulpin. As she is running away. This thing just, and she leaps from it and has to hold herself against a tree as she grabs it and tries to pull it out. She is like limping now as she's still trying to get away. But
that's really bad wound care.
That was a pretty sick shot. She can't, she can't walk because every time her butt wiggles, she's got an arrow poking in her. It's not good at all. Okay, that's Q. Ren, you are up.
Okay, so I lost track of who's alive.
You
Just the
Whipping.
the Vulpin is looking very, very rough, but pretty far away from you at this point. 70 plus feet probably. But there is a Mopok in your face who spit into Benson's general direction and is gritting his teeth.
This is the one that I whipped in the face, right?
This is Face Whip Man.
Yeah, all right. All right. Well, I did not like that he spit on my friend. That was rude. So I definitely want to bodily attack him.
Okay.
What?
Try stabbing him.
You can see this split second where Ren kind of steps back from battle and parries and opens her coat, noticing it is chock fucking full of weapons as she is mid-battle looking at what she wants to use to dispose of this enemy.
I guess I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna stab him. I already went.
And shrugs, closes the coat, and goes in for that last kill. Okay, roll to attack.
Okay, what's that again?
Get him.
D20 plus strength plus 2. Ugh. All right. Again, he is barely able to jump back, using that little split second you use to check out, your weapons and see which one you're attacking. Oh, double checking, because it does make a difference. A short sword is not a finesse weapon. I don't think it is. I think the only stabby weapon that's a finesse is a rapier.
No, my whip's finesse, short sword is not.
Okay, I'm just double checking.
Wait, short sword said finesse in mine.
It is a finesse. So it is a finesse weapon. Okay, that's why I wanted to double check. Which means instead of your strength, you can add your dex. What's your dex modifier? 4. So instead of a 10, that would bring it up to a 12, which means that it is exactly the number you need to hit this Mopok.
Stupid Mopok! Alright,
okay.
How do I damage?
Yeah, roll for damage. So that's going to be D6 plus your plus 4, because it's finesse, so you can do plus your dex. Okay. That is going to be enough. Explain how you take the life from this poor fellow who's just really sad he lost his sister.
So he goes to attack me, and I grab his arm, and then I slice him right through the middle, and I say, "You shit on people. It's freaking rude." And I pull my back out.
And as you do, he kind of looks at you and says, "I'm sorry," and then falls over dead.
Right.
Apologize. That was nice.
Thanks, friend.
All right. Ren, at the end of your turn.
The Mopoks are dead, so it's my turn.
Sure. Yeah, you are up, Pua.
Is the Vulpin still within short bow range?
Still within short bow range.
Yes. All right. I'm going to once again puff up my chest, pull out a quill, put it in my short bow, and try and hit her again.
Roll to attack. Straight roll.
It's a 15.
15 is going to be enough.
Yes!
You don't even have to roll for damage because you're going to take out the last 2 hit points on this Vulpin, I'm rather sure. Explain what this looks like.
How did I do 12 damage with a short bow?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Did I just cast it again? I just cast it again. I don't know how to do that. So how's this going to look?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that this last shot is going to hit her right between her haunches, in her back. And she's just going to kind of just, hit the ground. Done. Dead.
Yeah, definitely. And as she's running, I think the arrow sticking right in her butt. It gives a little twist as she's trying to get away, and it makes her straighten up. And just as she does, your arrow, your quill, goes straight through. And as the Vulpin falls, you see that it's sticking straight out from the front of her chest.
Yuck.
I gotta get some of those.
At this, your murderous moment done. You kind of have a second.
Sorry, I'm playing with this. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you have a second to kind of look around and survey the area without any obvious threats.
This was a good start to this trip.
I offered to thumb rustle. It's really not our fault.
We should probably check on that person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Damn.
There's a person here who needs our help.
Yes. So I'll go up and check on them and see how they're doing.
Okay. So at that, you go over and kind of like shake this person, see how they're doing. I can't find what race this character is. Oh, I think because it's a different. Okay, so as you do, you kind of shake and lifting up, you notice a cat. So
Are they
why don't they are conscious? Why don't you roll a I guess a nature check. No,
Okay.
not really nature. Roll a nature check. Yeah, I don't know what to roll. History, nature, something. I don't know.
Do I get any bonus for that? Because I have the little proficiency for it.
Yep. So it's gonna be whatever the skill it is plus you get the extra 2.
Okay, what skill is that though?
Nature. It doesn't say next to it. Does it have like a? It doesn't have a little thing. I think nature is wisdom.
Okay.
It's intelligence.
Oh, nature is intelligence. Okay.
Better character sheets have those numbers.
I'm missing those numbers.
20.
Okay, yeah, you know exactly what this is. This is an Elurian. Eluran. Eluran. They're an Eluran, which are a race of cat people, and they come from far beyond the Humblewood. They are not from this land. And definitely frazzled, whiskers that are kind of all crumpled and done, as this person kind of pushes off the robe and kind of stands up and takes your help in standing up, as she kind of looks over the lot of you, and then she says, "My whiskers, that was a close one. Thank you all for protecting me and my cart. My name is Eliza. I'm on my way to Alderheart by way of Winnowing Reach. Would you be kind enough to help me the rest of the way?"
Well, that's where we're heading, so I think that's going to be just fine.
As long as you tell everyone that Team Awesome saved you.
Team what?
Team Awesome!
Oh, okay. Oh.
We're still deciding on that.
No.
Are they all dead? She kind of like pokes one with her foot.
Super dead.
Very.
Can I like rip my arrow that I shot out of one of them? As it's like, yeah.
Yeah. As you do, a little bit of viscera still sticking to it.
Shake it.
Eliza. Yeah, Eliza kind of steps back and goes, "Well, good riddance to the lot of them. They were awful. Oh, there's been a lot of these bandits here on the road, and trying to push this cart with all that going on, it's almost impossible."
Do you sell things or are you just traveling?
I do. And you see, as it happens, she actually has two different colored eyes. One is green and one is yellowish, and they both kind of light up as you ask her that question. I am a purveyor of the greatest wares you'll find here in the Humblewood. Some from near, some from far, far away. If you have coin, I would love to sell to you.
Well, I mean, we did save your life.
Yeah, I think we need a hero's discount, a deep hero's discount.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what happened to the rest of the people that asked us for coin.
Yeah. Now, I've never done a discount before, but I've never had my life protected here on the road before either. I think that's fair. The hero's discount. I'll have to make flyers. Anyone who saves my life
$3.99.
will get a modest amount off of any of our wares. See me safely to the Alderheart, and perhaps we'll be able to make that permanent once I set up shop.
So there's some like of her stuff scattered on the ground.
Yeah,
still, right?
yeah. And she's starting to go over now and trying to clear it up.
I'll help her clean up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no. That goes in that bag over there. Okay, perfect. Yes.
While I'm helping her clean up, I'm gonna try to observe, see what something is.
Yeah, can I sticky fingers some of that stuff?
Yeah. So, a couple of you are asking, both the man of the cloth here, as well as the rogue.
I'm not gonna take anything. I just want to see what she has.
Okay, so why don't
I want to take something.
Yeah, sure.
She wants to take something.
Why don't you both roll investigation checks for me to kind of see what's around?
Woof.
That's a D20, right?
That's a plus. Yeah, it's a +0 for me, so that's a woof.
Don't worry, I got you, girl. Oh, I mean, man.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so as Pua is kind of rummaging through and looking and helping to sort things, it seems pretty mundane adventuring equipment, right? Things that, anyone out in the, definitely useful things, but nothing particularly exciting that catches your eye. 50 feet of hempen rope or so. You notice, I'm gonna do you one better, Q. As you're looking at the things that Eliza has that maybe seem not super interesting, right? I mean, you're looking and you're like, that stuff could probably be useful. I could probably use that. You kind of wander away a little bit. And as you go over, you notice this dead Vulpin. And you look, and there's definitely more on the Vulpin that's a little more interesting. So at that, you kind of slink off and go over and start patting down this fallen foe. So on the Vulpin, you see, she's wearing a suit of studded leather armor that is obviously stolen, right? It is way too nice for this Vulpin to have. But what really catches your eye is the sword that she never pulled out of her pommel. I'm sorry, that she never pulled out of her sheath. You notice that on the pommel of this sword, there's a strange insignia of a rose put right there, and the whole thing is very finely made. You think this thing would fetch a pretty hefty price at the Alderheart.
Any of us recognize that symbol, or is it foreign to all of us?
Do you want to go over and check it out once? I think
yeah,
you start taking the. You guys, if you want the armor, it is still usable. You can definitely take the armor. But okay, so Benson, why don't you roll? This is definitely a history check. And Q, you also get 10 gold pieces that you find on the ball pen.
I'm rich for the first time in my little urchin life.
And the history is just intelligence, is it?
History is intelligence, yes.
No.
Yeah, you're not sure what this is. So while you're like kind of looking at the pommel, and Q is continuing to dig through the person's stuff, you find a rolled up piece of parchment. And on the parchment, it says a couple things. One thing it says, written, as it's rolled up, written right across, it says a name, and it says Frey Meridian. You're not sure if that was this Vulcan's name or this needed to go to that person or anything. But you unroll it and you look at it for a quick minute, and you speak Thieves' Cant, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As you're looking at this up and down, you notice that it's a map. And it's a map of the Humblewood. You start to make it out. You see a symbol for tree and like other symbols around, because they're usually mostly very simple symbols, but like the certain collection of like big, really big tree. Okay, that must be the Alder Heart in the middle, and you're able to decipher that there is a marking for a bandit camp well to the east of the Alder Heart, but it is specifically marked on a map that you have, and you believe you could find this bandit fortress this bandit camp were you to try to.
Is the map readable by everybody else in the party, or is it a Thieves' Cant?
I'm going to say it's in Thieves' Cant, and while, upon inspection, people could probably figure out that it's a map of the Humblewood, they probably would not be able to find this. They wouldn't be able to decipher the coded messages, because most of it just seems like a little charcoal sketch that's on it.
Yeah.
But you notice them, and you could find particularly this bandit camp that sticks out to you.
Okay, and who's near me? Benson? Can
Yeah.
I walk back to everybody else? And I guess I'll just be sort of holding on to that little sword a little bit, but
Yeah.
the map. Hey, guys, we have a problem. So if you look right here on this map that I found, we have a secondary bandit camp that I feel is going to cause us extreme issues at some point in the future. And might want to check it out.
Yeah. It is within the thick woods around the Alder Heart, but it's not like directly next to it. Obviously, know the Alder Heart's pretty heavily guarded, so it's a bit off in a way.
Okay. So it's not really on the way. I mean, we could skip it.
It's the opposite direction. You have to go past to get to it.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's in Thieves' Cant, which I can read, and I don't know. It seems a little important.
You want us to go to where more bandits are?
No, I'm just saying in the future, I don't want this to happen again. So we could go get the jump on them. But I would much rather be in Alderheart, so
well,
you guys can take this map.
Well, I don't think we're going to make it to Alderheart quite today, but I was hoping to stop by at Winnowing Reach, sell some of my wares there, get some capital before I get to the big city, If we hoof it, we can probably make it before nightfall.
Maybe someone else will know about that camp.
Could be. You might be careful about asking the wrong people around. Maybe don't let it be too known that you're looking for a bandit camp. People think you might be defecting.
Well, true.
I want to be seen as pro bandit. Gotcha.
Yeah. And Eliza kind of now this hand cart kind of all, it's almost like a wheelbarrow, but she seems to be like dragging it along behind her, rickety as it goes, almost impossibly keeping this big pile of stuff on it as it's shaking back and forth. Are we ready to go?
Think so.
I suppose so.
All right, let's go on. As the lot of you take off, continuing on this long road towards first the Winnowing Reach and then on to the Alderheart. And at that point, we'll pick it up next week, I think, everybody.
We kicked so much ass.
You did.
Yeah.
So many people.
I helped.
Oh, awesome first session. Awesome. That was great.
Woo!
That was wonderful. Great job, guys.
Yeah. Oh,
That
Team
poor Vulcan that
awesome.
we nailed in the butt twice. What a terrible way to go.
yeah, I did not think you would kill the Vulpin, but oh yeah, you weren't letting her go. That the second you got that guiding bolt off on her, I was like, ooh, that's not gonna be good. You got a lot of people that can shoot arrows. And then the natural 20 on it. Oh my god. Awesome.
Dead.
Yeah. So we are gonna be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. Same bat channel, same bat place. And we'll be continuing our journey through the Humblewood. Yeah. All right. Thanks very much, guys. I've been watching chat go. Very active chat, which I love to see. A lot of people watching. We really appreciate it. If you have anything you want to say to our wonderful cast of a lot of new or fairly new players, I'm sure they'd love the encouragement and the praise that you could heap upon them. You can always chat us on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever stuff you did. You can send us an email, long, lengthy, heavily worded, opinionated email to our website. We're open to all the love you want to send. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and we're gonna be off. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Matt.